Stricker. All right, Parks and Recreation Board meeting for Wednesday, March 12th of 2025 with a quorum present at 6:01. Oh, the gavel makes me laugh. Citizen participation and comments. I'm guessing none of you have a comment. You're just here for what we requested. Awesome. Items of community interest. The City of Haslet's general election will be held on Saturday, May 3rd from 7 to 7 for the purposes of electing the office of mayor, council member place 2, and council member place 4. Early voting period will be the 22nd of April through the 29th of April. And the specific polling places will be available in accordance with state law and published as well. The annual Easter egg hunt will be Saturday, April 12th at 4 p.m. at the community park. There's a flyer attached to that if anyone's following along at home. 4 p.m., 25,000 eggs, 1, 2, 3, 4 age groups, 2 and under, 3 to 5, 6 to 9, 10 to 12. And that's it. We have a presentation to present to this evening, and if Nancy Garner would come to the front here, we'll come around. We would like to give every year we request a community service award presentation. I'm gonna come around. I guess we're not gonna be able to hear me. I'm loud. It's okay. So this year we selected Nancy Garner as a Parks Board in appreciation for the magic and Christmas cheer you bring as Mrs. Claus to us every year.
Oh.
So we have made you a plaque as our Community Service Award for the year 2024.
Well, thank you.
Yes. So thank you for doing that. We're so thankful. And we love your cowboy boots, I mean your little Santa boots, and we love it all.
I'm getting cranky.
Yes.
So I left and turn around. We're going to be quick. No, you're right here in the middle.
Mayor, you come. Mayor?
Come on, Mrs. Claus. We should have had you dress up.
We should have you wear your costume.
I'm not sure.
Your student doesn't know that.
You have too much.
Right, hope I got better pictures than that.
So thank you.
Not very good.
So sorry for surprising you with this.
It was fun to have
For me.
Yeah, we don't do surprises very well.
What's the very big one? That's a good one.
Oh, it was a good one. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Thank you for coming to support her. And don't feel obligated to stay the whole time if y'all have other things to do. You don't mind.
Ooh, please. Yeah.
So for anyone who doesn't know or is listening at home or later, Mrs. Claus has been making magical lifetime memories for children and families for many years. And as long as she's willing to keep coming back, we will keep taking her. She's always volunteered to do that role, and we appreciate it. She's perfect for it, and we just love her. So we thought it would be fitting for you to have our Community Service Award. All right. The consent agenda is, I'm going to ask that we split it because it's still dated, the financial statements are dated for 2024. So if we can push those back and just look at the rest of the minutes. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they need to say 2025 because that's 2025. January and February both say 2024 for the year of 24-25. It should be, that's correct, it's 24-25, but it's January of 25 and February of 25, not 24.
That's what it says.
Pull it up, if you don't mind, Steve, Ben. See right there, January 2024. And the next one says February 2024.
Oh, I was looking at the agenda, sorry.
Oh, no, the agenda's right. The actual
Attachment.
reports are incorrect.
Okay.
So we just need to change it so we can, we just need it to accurately reflect the correct year.
Oh, they named it the right thing.
It just says it.
On the spreadsheet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see now. Okay.
And I think we looked at it. It looked okay. We just needed that changed. And then February, I think, looks okay. So we can just consent agenda all of them on the next one? And they have the right date? Okay. we'll do the minutes separate. Let me just make sure we didn't miss anything. Easter eggs. Folding chairs, movie in the park. DJ. Santa Heath. Oh, I guess we missed these two things. They look good to me. Accurate. It's too bad. Okay. I'll motion that we approve the minutes from the February 12th Park Board meeting of 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor? Not opposed? Looks good.
Okay, what about the February 18th minutes?
Oh yes, February 18th minutes. Serge and Cindy and I. Oh, there it is. Nope, do you have that up there?
Yeah.
In lieu of a DJ? It's just interesting to me that it says in lieu of a DJ. I don't remember it ever being, there ever being a DJ.
Well, that's what it says in the budget book.
Oh, got it,
We've asked them to change the budget book several years back, and that,
got it.
What is that change request?
remember you said to say in lieu of the DJ, because that's what it said in the budget book, even though we haven't used.
Had a DJ in a long time.
Yeah.
It's okay, it's fine.
It's a lot of things.
Can you go down just a little bit on that one, Stephen? Keep going, sorry. Yep. Go up again. A little bit to the first thing, sorry. So, oh, I see it. Sorry, I read right over it reading that. Sorry, never mind. I'm good. Thank you.
So we're waiting on the.
We're waiting on a motion. Cindy, you good?
This is Cindy. I'd like to make a motion that we accept the minutes for February 18th, 2025.
Chuck Fiedler, I second.
All in favor? None opposed? Perfect. And then do we need a motion to push the financials to the next one? Okay, we'll just carry them forward. Easter egg hunt will be on April the 12th of 2025. We have a bunny, we have eggs, we have a DJ. What else do we need? We're good?
Eggs arrived today, they're sitting in the lobby at City Hall.
Did anyone say if they were willing, whoever already has a permit, to do like snow cones or something? Did we ask? Were we going to ask about that?
Okay, so we have a couple people, by people I mean vendors, that have asked about, being a vendor at the event. And I told them, well, it only lasts 1 hour, but if you are still interested in being a vendor, let me know, and let me find that paper. I think think one of our sponsors is gonna be Fiber First, and they were interested in setting up no matter what. And the other one might be the new, Mid-City Women's Clinic. And he said they were fine with it only lasting an hour as well.
Okay. So what did we decide? Were we going to decide today if they had to pay a vendor fee since it's only an hour?
Right, but you know, if we want to allow that or not, that's up to y'all.
So my guess would be that the Mid-Cities Women's Clinic is trying to advertise their business that's opening in Haslet, so that makes sense. And Fiber First, I'm guessing it's like a supplement, like a gummy supplement or
It's
something?
a, internet, you know, company.
Oh, I got it. I don't know why, I was thinking actual fiber. And they can because they're a sponsor anyway, because they get the table, right?
Mid-City hasn't paid a sponsor fee, Fiber First is going to. So of course, I've already told those two, you know, if you want to set up a booth, we will allow that because you're a sponsor, you know, if you're a sponsor. 'Cause we haven't received sponsor money yet.
And what's the lowest sponsor tier amount?
250, but on our form it says 500 level and above. Because that's what you guys decided,
That they get booths or tables or...
you know, if they want to set up. But now we've had a couple other vendors ask, like the Carousel food truck, and I just told him that we don't normally allow vendors, but if you are still interested, let me know, and we'll present it to the park board to come up with a vendor fee. And he said he would skip it since it was only an hour, but the Pudgy Penguin one said they would be willing to give back a percentage of their sales or pay a vendor fee.
That's right. I don't know, what does anybody think about that? It's literally over in 20 minutes sometimes. I feel like, who has to set that up? I feel like it's more of a hassle for everyone to worry about setting up a vendor.
This thing.
Go for it.
lasts 1 hour.
Less than an
Start to
hour.
finish.
Yes, less than an hour.
That's stretching it.
That doesn't, the ones I've been through in the past, it was much more than an hour. I mean, the egg hunt might be an hour.
Right, the egg hunt is very quick.
But you've got a bunch of people out there.
There's a
for-
lot of people attending.
Yeah, there are a lot of
that hang out
people.
Before and after, so you might have a 3-hour event.
That's a
The
stretch.
egg hunt is only an hour, but you've got a 3-hour event. That's how you,
Not really.
The egg hunt lasts about 20 minutes typically. Now, last year, last year we stretched it out, and I think it's going to work out this year. Serge, you were there, right, Chuck?
no, I wasn't sure.
So Serge, I know Serge was here last year, and he and I talked about it after that. And the way we did it this last year, we liked it a lot better, where we just, so in previous years, we've had it sectioned off in sections, and the guys had to come out early and put up the lines, and then we all came early and had volunteers and spent hours, a whole hour getting ready and throwing out the eggs and then saying go, and everybody went, and then everybody was mad that we started on time. So we stopped doing that. This year, I mean, this last year, and this is the way we plan to do it this year, is the area, I don't know if you have a map of that, Stephen. The area where the rodeo used to be, and it looks like this for anyone who wants to see. It's a great
Yeah, I
picture.
recall that.
So this was what we did last year, and we liked it, because then the 4 or 5, we don't have to show up early. We show up 10 minutes early, we throw out the eggs, there's some vendors, and we let the kids go by age group, where we can see them all at the same time. Because what was happening is families were moving their 2-year-olds to the 4-year-olds to the 6-year-olds to the 12, and doing all of them, and it just wasn't working.
Yeah, stretch it out.
Yes, so this one, the way we do it now, but it still only takes about 30 or 45 minutes, you know,
Let me
5
ask
groups
you
at a
this,
time.
Is that the egg hunt, you give a time when the egg hunt itself is?
Correct. It starts at 4.
And that's when, I'm sorry?
4.
So it's 4, and we're talking about the 4:30.
Yeah, maybe 4:45,
But
yeah.
can the event can start at 3?
Sure.
Can you advertise that way?
I think it's too late. We've advertised it for 4 o'clock already.
The problem is, Mayor, people go, families take their kids to all the egg hunts they can in the same day. So they've already been to 2 other egg hunts by the time they get to ours. And they make the circuit. And then if there's another one after us, they're ready to go to the next egg hunt. It's like an Easter egg hunt. Try to get as many eggs as you can from, it's not like just the, you know,
Well, we're
1,000
doing
kids in
this-
Haslet.
we're doing this for us.
Correct, correct.
We need to focus on.
So that's why we asked last week or last month if we could have like a snow cone truck. So
So Pudgy Penguin has
The
all
place that
sorts of
already
things.
has the, what's the place called again?
Sugar Rush.
No, Kona Ice has the extended permit, right?
So Kona Ice has a city vendor permit.
That.
So they can swing by the park and not have to, do anything extra. They're already
Already covered.
vendored.
So it's just a matter of, is it worth it to have the extra vendor set up and staff set up for the hour event? I mean, I guess they're already there. It's not that much extra work to have a couple.
And Oasis Church said she will have volunteers there, and the 4-H club that meets here has offered to provide volunteers. So I think we'll have enough kids in the beginning to put all the eggs out.
So here's my only question. If we say $25 vendor fee, it's an hour-long event from 4 to 5, that's how long you can stay. You can come 30 minutes early, just to get set up, that's great. Is that going to inhibit or hinder the sponsors? Because if it previously said we have to pay $500 to get a booth, and the booth is included, maybe that was their incentive to be a sponsor, so that they could get the access to that setup of the booth for that
In
hour.
the past, I think that's true, but so far we only have one paid vendor, and it's Carter Properties.
You mean sponsor?
Yes, I'm.
Okay.
Sorry.
So we asked them to be a sponsor, and then on top of that, we asked them to pay.
No. The sponsor is the only person that currently gets a booth at the Easter egg hunt because it's so quick.
And it's $500, but I heard someone say $250,
You
but
could
we.
pay $250, but to get a free booth, you have to pay $500 or more. That's what cardboard,
We just randomly picked a number,
But that's booths at all of the different events that we have, like the fireworks thing, that's big for them. So if they pay that $500, they're guaranteed a booth.
Well, we don't do that for that event though.
That's separate.
I know.
Okay, well,
Okay.
Well, this is interesting because, and I understand why, I mean, you got a short event compared to 4th of July.
Correct.
But you could probably build this thing to where it's a 3-hour event easily. And the egg hunt, yeah, it's in the middle, but we're past that point. But is that if you're requesting, if the park board is asking a snow cone vendor,
Correct.
won't you hear?
Right.
Oh, by the way, you don't need to pay $500.
Oh, yeah, no, we weren't going to make them pay. That's
No, we're
okay.
not gonna do
We weren't doing that. We just wanted them to show up without a fee. And then Katrina mentioned several people have asked. So we were thinking over the past month whether we in fact wanted to allow it and to charge a small nominal $25 or just allow them to set up a table if they're a sponsor. Correct? Yeah, so what do y'all think?
Katrina, you need to make a note and put it in there and bring it up Monday. We got to address this.
What are we addressing?
What was he doing?
Not for this evening.
For the
but For longevity,
For
yes.
future egg hunting events.
for
So,
the egg hunt or for all of the events?
well, we're gonna need to take several things into consideration, but you're bringing to light here. And the only reason I bring this up, we have a fee schedule. It's published. And, if you're recommending to waive the fee, then we gotta take that to the council.
What's the fee schedule?
Sponsorship fees and-
Well, where are you basing, you know what, we'll need to talk about this.
Sure.
So whatever y'all decide tonight, that's great, but this is, I don't know, were you getting $500? Is that documented?
To be a sponsor, it's on a published flyer that goes out. You can find it online. It says if you'd like to sponsor the 4th of July event, you pay whatever, and there's different tiers, and it includes a shirt or no shirt or a vendor's booth. For the Easter egg hunt, we have a sponsorship form as well. Same for movie in the park. So there's a particular realtor company that sponsors it for $1,000 every year, pretty much for the past 3 years. They get exclusive rights to set up their table because it's a small movie. Yeah.
Everything I've seen out there is great. It's just-
Yeah, so it's just, this is another small one, right?
Documented. Katrina, please bring that
It
up.
It is documented.
Okay, show it to me.
Oh.
Monday morning.
It's under community events. so-
Show it to me on Monday morning, please.
Okay, sure.
So the question is whether we're going to allow these extra vendors.
I mean, we can offer it. I feel like we're a little bit behind the 8 ball, but it's up to you. If y'all want to offer it, I'll email people and let them know, and if you not, no.
I think we just always have decided it was too much of a hassle.
Yeah, with as many people attend it, with as many people attend this event, parking is next to impossible anyway, even though they park in the remote, but I just don't see the benefit for them, for the people coming for a 1 hour thing. And they honestly do not stay. Once their kids get their eggs, they're off, like Sarah said, they're off to the next one. So I don't think we need to encourage it.
However, if the mayor was willing to volunteer in the subsequent years and make that longer, then we could let it be longer and have more vendors.
You're volunteering what?
Your time to come and help us throw out those eggs. It's a lot of work. So,
I think we're gonna have enough kids.
Well,
I mean,
have
I
kids.
think this year we will.
The
Yeah, we
mayor
have
does
plenty.
solicit volunteers, and that's how you got the 4-H.
Nice,
And that's about 10 of them.
nice.
So the mayor does his part.
Oh, I didn't say you didn't do your part. I was just saying if you're coming out, we can make it longer.
I think that, you know, you could turn this into something, a
Well,
3-hour event.
and you also have to remember that a lot of times, kids are on vacation, they're out of school, they don't have the allotted time for a big event. They're doing Easter and they're doing family things.
So I'm going to circle
That's how
back and
we've
ask
treated it in
you,
the past.
I'm going to ask you boys over here that are not mentioning much what you think about having vendors at the Easter egg. Have you been with your kids?
We always have baseball.
Okay.
And you haven't been.
If they want to come for as long as we're there and they're going to pay us to do it,
You think $25 is fair? I mean, I think we charge 50 for the 4th of July, right?
We charge 100 for food trucks at 4th of July.
Okay.
And 50 for vendors on the crafts.
Okay, $25 for a table, $50 for a truck spot. I don't know.
Okay, well, make a motion and I'll write it down.
Does that sound fair to anyone? I don't,
25 and 50?
25 for if you set up a table and 50 if you bring your ice cream truck or whatever.
if we can make a buck off this,
Go for it.
yeah.
Pay for some of those eggs.
Yeah.
Make a motion.
I make a motion that we allow vendors to come, $50 for
Truck.
A truck space.
food, truck space, and $25 for a table.
Perfect.
I'll second.
All in favor? Excellent. Anything else for the eggs?
Yes, we need to discuss the door prizes. So last
Oh,
year
that's
we
right,
just
Amazon.
bought 10 Sonic gift cards and hid them in the eggs, or hid the little prize ticket they had to claim. So you only have about $100 left in the budget, if that's what you guys want to do again, or if you have a different idea, let me know.
I think that was a lot of fun to have the magic eggs, and I think DJ Alex had fun passing them out, so. So last year what we did was, so in previous years, we've like gone on Amazon and ordered prizes for different age groups, and if you found the golden ticket in the egg, you could bring it up. Last year we made it a little bit easier, so we just ordered like a Sonic gift card or like a Chick-fil-A gift card or whatever they were, and the DJ held on to the actual physical gift card, and we put a little paper in the egg, and that we divided them in each, there's, what are there, 4 age groups? Right. There were 4 age groups, I think, and so we threw out 1 or 2 of them to each egg group, and so that it kind of encourages people to stay a little bit longer also because they're busy opening their eggs to see if they have the golden ticket. And then if they get the golden ticket, they come up to the DJ, and then the DJ makes a big deal about it. It's kind of fun. Hey, you won the prize. Yours is a gift card for whatever.
So $10 Sonic cards again?
Yes.
Okay.
Do we need to make a
How many, we need to make a motion, but how many age groups are there again? Let me look. 4, right? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, there's 4. So do we want to do 8?
8? Yeah.
Two
This
for
is
each
Cindy.
one.
I'd like to make a motion that we get 8 $10 gift cards to Sonic for our prizes at the egg hunt on April the 12th, 2025.
I'll second.
All in favor? None opposed.
All we have for Easter, I believe.
So the Memorial Day celebration will be on May 26th, 2024. And remind me if we have a speaker.
We do have a speaker.
Okay,
It's my son-in-law.
okay.
He's an Iraq veteran. And I'm going to double check with him because I'm not going to let him leave me out hanging.
Sure, sure.
He wouldn't do that to his father-in-law.
Well, what's his name, please?
Your son-in-law's name.
Sorry.
Let me look it up.
We'll get it to you.
I can't remember his last name.
Wow. I just got married, right?
Yeah.
Don't worry, we're not being recorded or anything for your daughter to watch later.
Hope he's not listening.
I will check.
I'll just put speaker, it's good.
We'll a secret speaker.
And we have the chairs rented and.
Perfect.
We have 2 public works staff members working. I think we're good for that.
All right, fireworks Independence Day event is June the 27th of 2025. We have the band. Did we get a hold of them?
We have
After
the
that
band
meeting?
squared away, and we have a quote to provide a stage from the same people that provided the stage for Incognito for $900 if you guys want that.
Didn't they come with a stage?
Didn't this, they don't have a stage?
Yeah, they did.
Okay.
Okay, no stage, we're fine.
They have lights.
They have lights and sound, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Do they want a stage?
No, we paid more for them without getting a stage. We could have gotten Incognito with a stage. If we don't like it without a stage, we can have a stage next year. It's fine. We'll see the difference. It'll be fine.
Up close and personal.
So what else do we need? I'm sorry.
We have the fireworks, right?
We have fireworks, security.
Security, you will need to motion to do security, and this, we already have the trackless train list with the credit from the canceled Christmas. And then any other items that you guys wanted last year, you had the Euro bungee station.
Just to clear my name here, my son-in-law's name is Terry Jenkins.
Perfect.
Terry Jenkins, T-E-R-R-Y-J-E-N-K-I-N-S.
Yes. I had to look up his text.
Okay, works for me.
If you can, would you get his rank and where he served?
I'm going to
and
get
all
him
of
to
that?
write a bio.
Okay,
So it talks about
It's nice when you-
awards and his service in Iraq and all that.
right.
So we have the Sky Pirates train, and we don't have to motion for that because we did that already, correct? To carry that
You
over,
guys made a motion last time to use the credit,
to get it
so I
back.
just had to get it confirmed. and
Excellent.
that's done.
Okay. And then we need the Euro bungee.
I mean, if you guys want to vote for whatever other, rentals you want, and then the, security.
And security.
Last year you had 5:30 to 11
To what?
The
at
axe people.
4 people, 65 an hour.
4 people, 65 an hour. And it's 4 hours?
5:30 to 11 is what we got, even though it's really 6 to 10.
20 times
We're
60.
the parking and all that, remember?
I need a calculator.
Lost children and.
Come on. 20 times 65. Ooh, 65 times 4 times 5. Actually, 5.5. So I'd say we just make it 1,500. It's 1,300 for 5 hours. That way we can cover if they change anything. Does that include the two guys that we get from the sheriff's department?
They're all 4 off-duty.
Oh, okay, perfect.
They're from the constable's office generally, but he'll get whoever, he'll get
Okay,
some TCSO employees. I don't know what office they'll be from.
okay. Okay. So I'll motion that we approve security officers in the amount of up to $1,500 for 4 of them for the event of the 4th of July.
I'll second this, Chuck Fiedler.
All in favor? None opposed? Do we have an estimate for that Euro bungee thing? Is it Sky Pirates that brings that? Like, is it bundleable?
No, it's inflatable party mat.
Oh, that's right.
And they do the axe throwing too, right?
No, that's the axed people.
Right,
Do we have them?
yes, you guys did that last meeting.
Okay.
I knew we did some of them.
I think it was the meeting before, maybe.
It's called your EU Barker For 6 to 9 o'clock, it'll be 1,300 plus fees.
I'm sorry, you said how much?
I think it was about $1,350 with the fees. It's $1,300 on their website.
Okay.
They're charging a delivery fee.
And is that for the one that has the 4?
Yes.
Okay.
The other one is more.
I don't remember doing axe throwing. It's okay. Anybody have an opinion on that? Make a motion? You guys want to do that again? It's pretty popular. The little bungee trampoline thing where they all jump around and
And they man that, correct?
they do man that.
Yeah, no, yeah. I mean, there was always a line for it.
Long
Yeah,
one.
I like it.
You want a motion for me? Up to 1350?
1350. Like to motion for the, what's it called?
Euro bungee by inflatable party. What?
The Euro bungee for 1350.
This is Cindy, I'll second.
All in favor? Perfect.
Do we have any more credits that we need to use from Christmas?
I was thinking that there was a face painter, right?
We already scheduled them
Okay.
for Christmas, all except for that training.
Because it expired the day before. Okay.
Exactly.
So we have the train, we have the Euro bungee, we have security.
Yep, the
And you're
line-
sure we confirmed the axe? I don't remember the axe thing, but
We talked about it.
we're good for the axe guys? Okay. Do we have anything else? Vendors, right? Vendors sign up. We don't provide anything else. Euro. Oh, what about a bounce house? Or a bounce slide or
A couple of the
something?
churches bring those.
Well, yeah, we wait till see if the churches want to bring one, because you're right, they have done that before. Okay. Anything else?
No, we have the portico fans and the tents and everything too. I mean, we're pretty set unless you guys think of something else. If you want me to get a price for promotional items to give away or something.
Oh, our beach balls. Yeah, can you get a price for us on, what did we do, 100, 200? Maybe we should do 200, it's getting bigger.
200 is how many we bought last year.
That's plenty.
Yeah, I think 200 beach balls.
Okay. I'll get a price and you guys can approve that at your next meeting.
Okay. We're good?
That's all I have for
Per-
4th of July.
Anybody else have anything for 4th of July? Movie in the Park, September 19th, 2025. We have a sponsor. And
Okay, I have quotes for the screen that you guys requested.
great.
The 40-foot screen that we got by default last year is going to be $23.80.
Jesus.
And then I also asked for, the prices below that. So 32-foot screen is $17.32, 26-foot, $11.92, that's what we've paid for in the past. 21 feet,
Wait. 32 foot is 1,700, but 36 is only 1,100?
26.
Oh, 26. Sorry.
And then he quoted a 21 at 868. We've not ever had that one, we've always had the 26.
Stephen, do you happen to remember, had you ever come out to the park when we used to string it up on the fence? You don't remember that?
It wasn't very big.
It wasn't very big,
It
right?
was a twin sheet, y'all.
Okay, I was thinking it wasn't super big.
So I
That
think,
was, we've moved on since then.
yeah.
Listen, I just assume go for 26 if we're not going to buy our own. They're only $400 on Amazon.
The inflatable?
Mm-hmm.
And everybody was happy with it before we saw the big one.
Right.
So I think we go back with the way we were, which was 26.
Mm-hmm.
For how much?
And that includes the screen and the speaker and the movie player and all the
setup and
things, correct?
everything.
We saw the bottom movie, which is usually
$20 or whatever, yeah.
And I made a copy, one copy though. This was the first brochure for new releases. You guys can.
Well, I say we go,
If you wanna, ask for pricing, I'm sure they're all about $450 to $475.
you have kids. My kids are outgrowing movies. I say we go 26 or we buy one. What was the reason we didn't buy? Oh, because the speaker and the storage and the pull up and tear down.
Yeah.
And they got filthy.
And then we still had to, even when James was pulling that thing out of the storage, we still had to get the speaker system and we still had to pay somebody to come out
Set it
with the
all up
DVD
and
player
do it,
and
yeah.
the projector. No,
So how much is the 26?
1,100. 11 or 1150?
$1192.83.
Oh, Jesus.
1,200.
Expenditure wise, in the city funds, I recommend that you.
That we do what?
I recommend you rent it.
Yeah, we've been
Yeah.
renting it.
Just
Yeah.
continue that.
Yeah. So I say we go for the 26 one.
You
I
making a
agree.
motion?
No, you can, anybody can.
This is Cindy. I'd like to make a motion that we stay with the 26
Inch
Good.
screen, 20 inch,
20.
1192.
at 1192 for a movie in the park.
I'll second.
All in favor? What movie you want, Kyle?
I emailed your sponsor and I have not heard back.
Wild Robot, hands down. Have you seen Wild Robot?
No.
So at the school right now, at least Haslet Elementary, they're all reading it. They got a grant, and the books were given to every kid.
What is it called?
The Wild Robot.
Okay.
My kids love that movie.
Yeah, my grandson saw it and loved it.
Yeah.
Well, Wild Robot it is.
Motion.
I have no idea what that is, but it sounds
Go
great.
ahead, Kyle. That way you can say.
Yeah, go for it. Motion it.
I will motion that we show the Wild Robot.
Wild robot.
The-
This is Chuck Fiedler, I'll second.
All in favor? Wild Robot it is. Is the movie as good as the book? Did you read the book?
My kids said
Your
no,
kid-
but they watched the
Oh.
movie on loop, so
Oh,
they love it.
I'm sorry, you said you reached out to our sponsor but haven't heard back, like they're not sponsoring us or they're
Just haven't got that.
just haven't gotten back to you?
Maybe both, I don't know.
Oh, okay. So the sponsorship then is still open? If anyone at home would like to sponsor a movie in the park.
I bet that comes through again.
I think that's good for movie, right? Movie? Christmas in the Park, December the 6th, 2025. And we have Santa Heath.
We have Mrs.
We have Mrs. Claus, I hope.
And you have the DJ, and you have real apps, and you have the second train from, I think yes, the second train from Sky Pirates, remember we wanted 2 trains for Christmas?
Uh-huh.
And the first train from Inflatable Party Magic with the Polar Express package.
Okay.
We have the still people.
Yeah, okay, so you need to approve the cost for the still people, security we do have the face painting rebooked from this last Christmas, so it's already paid for, so you don't have to mention that. So the stilt walkers, and they are, she went up $50, so it's $700 for 2 hours.
I wish they weren't so good, because that's a lot of money.
But they are.
They're really a lot of fun.
Really good. Yeah. Well, look at Santa Claus.
I know. We pay that much for Santa, we might as well have the stilt walkers, right?
And Santa is confirmed.
Perfect.
So the DJ, $500, and the stilt walkers and security, so that's 3 things.
So we need to motion the DJ? I thought you said we already had the DJ.
No, because we didn't ask it for Christmas until
Oh, okay.
last time, and it's 500.
Got it.
We had already motioned for Easter
Got it.
and National Night Out.
Okay. So I'll motion for DJ Alex in the amount of $500 for the Christmas event.
This is Cindy, I second.
All in favor? Still walkers, 700. 700.
700, it was 600.
This is Cindy. I'd like to motion that we spend $700 for the stilt walkers for Christmas in the park.
This is Chuck Fiedler, I'll second.
All in favor? Perfect.
Security.
And security, same price?
Yes, let's see, last year you had,
I think we just did 2, right?
can't read my own. Let's see, you had from 3 to 8 times 4 officers. So
Oh,
that's about the same, no, that's a little less than 4th of July.
what happened to when we did the 2 officers and then the 2 security officers? That
Well,
weren't,
that security company, went,
oh,
they made the paper and everything.
got it.
Glad they didn't make it from one of our events.
Northwest Dynasty.
So what was that, 1,300 we said, 65 times? Yeah, that's because it was more hours though.
Up to,
65 times 4 times
It'll be
5.
like 11.
13. 5 hours, 4 guys, 65, 1,300. Right? 65 times 4 times 5. Yep.
Yeah. So that's for security.
You're right, it's not.
I'll make a motion for security for Christmas in the park for 1,300.
this is Cindy, I second.
All in favor?
Okay, that's all I have listed for Christmas. If you guys want quotes or anything else, let me know.
Did we, so one year Mrs. Claus brought candy canes and we liked that, so we were going to try to get them so she didn't have to get those, or we,
I bought them.
Oh, okay.
$40 worth sitting on the shelf
okay, great.
that we, you know,
That was such a clever idea, we loved it, thank you.
yeah, I guess we'll just cover that when we get to it.
Okay,
Okay, here's what else we have on the quote from Inflatable Party Magic for Christmas. The 16-foot tall Christmas dry slide, 2 tents, tables, chairs, lights, trackless train with Polar Express package. And that is a total of $34.88 for all of that together.
and we've already motioned for all that, right? Because we did the,
No, you didn't have the quote exactly.
so now I'm confused. You said that we already had the Polar Train Express from last year, so why are we paying for it again?
Let me go to my spreadsheet. So,
So we had the second train that we moved over, and then we had the inflatable people Polar
because
Express.
we used it for 4th of July.
Because the date was going to expire.
So you have 2 for Christmas.
Correct. Which one carried over?
Well, you paid for both last year, so one went to 4th of July and one went to Christmas, and now you have to pay for another one for Christmas. Because Inflatable Party Magic didn't charge us anything last year, so we didn't have a credit. They canceled us with no fee.
Oh, the carryover is from Sky Pirates. We used one at 4th of July, one at Christmas. Okay, got it. But why did we have 3 trains then?
Because you wanted to for
One,
Christmas.
one for 4th of July and 2 for Christmas.
No. So if, I'm just making this number work, if Inflatable Polar Express canceled us and didn't charge us anything, how did we still have 2 more trains left?
Yeah.
That would mean that we had 3 trains at Christmas. If we used one for 4th of July and one for Christmas and we're buying one more, why did we have 3? Because one was canceled for free and 2 we got a credit on. Now that's why I'm confused.
This one has not been approved, that I just listed in this 3488.
Okay, let me go back.
But what's the other one?
Last year, when we had Christmas in the park, who were our trains?
At Christmas in the Park last year,
Correct.
you had one rented from Inflatable Party
Yep.
Magic and one rented from
Polar.
Sky Pirates.
Okay, so Sky Pirates gave us a credit, we're using it at 4th of July. That's what I wrote up here, Sky Pirates train, that was from our credit.
Okay, so here's the answer. The Sky Pirates, the credit was longer than it's gonna be for 4th of July. So there was $222 left that we need to pay for. So they split the credit on 2 events. So it completely paid for one and left you a $222 balance for Christmas.
Got it.
Okay.
So do we need a motion? So in the beginning, you said we already had made the trains, so that's not correct. We still need to pay for all the trains for Christmas.
No, you need to pay $222 for one train and all of the other trains.
Okay. Then I wrote that we already had done that, so that's why I was confused. Okay, so it's $34.88 for the second train with the Polar Express, the tents, the dry slide that we like,
All the stuff.
and what else?
And the $200 we owe the other train company.
No, that's separate.
That is, because it's a different company.
Okay, so I'm going to motion that we pay $222 to get the rest of our train for Christmas in the Park from Sky Pirates, because we already have half of it.
Sarah, 222.
This is Cindy, I second.
Got it, okay.
All those in favor?
All in favor? None opposed. Now, before we keep going, I'm going to go back because I also wrote that we've already motioned for real acts for Christmas. Is that correct, or do we need a motion for that?
For,
Real acts, the axe throwing guys that bring the little trailer and the axes.
flip back to that folder, so give you wrong info. Okay, we used the paid real acts for 4th of July.
Okay, so we need to motion for them for Christmas.
Correct.
And what were they last Christmas? What was the cost?
I think it's 800, just a second.
Listen, if y'all haven't tried that axe throwing stuff, you all have to try
800
it.
is right.
800. Okay,
And that's the pirate?
the axe,
I know, but what's the name of the company?
real axe.
Real Act, okay. I make a motion that we pay $800 for real acts to be at our Christmas in the Park, December 6, 2025.
This check out second.
All in favor? None opposed?
And we need that bundle of things.
Yes, and then we have the bundle. She said it was $34.88 for the last bundle.
That has the slide in it.
The slide, the tents, the train.
Tables and chairs.
Do we want tables and chairs? I don't think we want tables and chairs.
What do we need tables and chairs for?
At the Christmas event?
For our, inside of our tents.
Oh, like the two tables?
Okay.
Okay. So does that not come out of the other budget that they come out of for the 4th of July? Doesn't the tent and table and chairs come out of a different budget than ours? So who pays for it at 4th of July?
Your budget.
Let's say we do.
Thought it was like city signs or whatever.
Okay, you're gonna have to help me with what all this covers.
Okay, let me open the page back. 16-foot Christmas double dry slide, 2 20-by-20 commercial tents,
And tables and chairs.
4 tables, 32 chairs, lights for both, and the trackless train and the Polar Express package.
Go ahead, you're written it down.
I don't want to pay that much money. Do we need the tent at Christmas?
Yeah, they want one for emergencies.
Oh, yeah.
It was nice to have it for the
Okay.
first aid.
All right, so we'll motion in the amount of $3,488 with inflatable magic, 2 20-by-20 tents, a 16-foot side-by-side dry slide, 4 tables, 32 chairs, and lights.
And the train.
And train with Polar Express.
This is Cindy, I second.
All in favor? None opposed?
May I ask a question
Please.
for clarity? So the 2 20-by-20 tents, one is for park board members, volunteers, to get in the shade, to cool off, get like what? Then the second one is for what?
So this is actually not any sun because it's Christmas in the park. So there's one side where they set up like a table. It's similar to the 4th of July. So 4th of July, we have one tent for Parks and City. The fire department will hang out over there. All the park board members, if city council's there, they come and hang out there. You can hang out there. The other tent,
We started having 2 large tents.
the second tent was for first aid, lost and found. Correct.
Okay, well, that doesn't get paid out of your budget. That comes out of fire department, emergency medical services. Because the mayor ordered that 2 years ago.
Right. That's what I was asking. I thought last year.
Strictly for EMS.
Okay, so just one of those tents then would come out of that. Correct.
Budget covers 1.
Okay.
And, you'll make a note of that.
I'll make a note of that. Does that come out of emergency management? Do you know?
We'll find a line item for that, but,
Okay.
they should cover multiple events in the year for.
Yes, sir.
We usually have 4th of July and Christmas are the ones we need it.
EMS.
Yes, sir. I'll get
Oh, yeah, a national night out.
you an account. We'll find it.
Yeah, it works out really well to let the fire department have their own tent because then they have their own space. And I know one year, I think it was limited and they were like trying to put their emergency bag on a table. And I'm like, where do they?
3 years ago, I was at an event and I'm going, something happened, they needed some space and everybody's in there, okay, this doesn't.
Mm-hmm, yep,
We'll straight for 2,
perfect.
but it's good.
Yeah, no, it's good. Okay,
So we'll make an adjustment to that amount when we find out what the difference is.
it's fine. I don't think we have to adjust it.
Okay.
I don't think we have to make an adjustment if it's less than what we motioned for. So I think it's fine.
Because it's up to-
If it comes off, it comes off. It just stays in that park budget. Okay,
This is all on one invoice.
so Christmas is good. Community park update. I'm guessing that we are going to ask the mayor for the updates.
Steve, can you,
There you go, sir.
and can you,
You want it one screen?
maximize Okay, this is, thank you, update on our community general park projects. We'll look at the restroom heating, tennis court reservation system, picnic pavilion, shaded park bench, tap trail, and the Veterans Memorial Garden reconstruction. This is the,
I've had reports that that's working very well, too.
yes, and
If it's appropriate, Mayor, I think that there's a handout in here with that. I don't know if you wanted to talk about that now or later, but there's a little.
no, ma'am, that's separate from.
Oh,
what I
separate.
did
Okay,
here.
okay. Do we know how long that usually takes? I'm not familiar. I don't have any idea.
You know,
I don't,
think, you know, it could happen in a day.
I don't know that it has to come back to the board. We've already,
Well,
let me know.
is this where I can comment about this?
Well, we can ask
About the
if,
project after the mayor's done.
if you're done, yeah.
please.
Yeah, we can wait. We can have you at it.
And
So after this gets,
you can just see line by line, like, you know.
so after all that goes and they meet and they approve, does the city council need to approve that again? Since we've recommended to council what we would like, is this something that we need to re-recommend now since it's already been approved? Or can they just proceed once it's done?
Yes, I'll have to, depends on whether.
I mean, if, obviously if it's $30,000 more,
Changes,
sure.
and I will take it back to the city council.
But contingent upon the price being fairly similar, it should just keep progressing as planned. Okay.
I don't think that, I wouldn't.
But they've already.
They've already approved it.
You know what, we can do it again. They approved a very specific amount of money,
Right.
and we will do it again.
So they'll approve the final project, of course. Okay.
The final project and the final,
But as our representative, Chuck can keep that going for us and push it through, correct? Since we had a committee, we voted for Chuck to be our representative, so if he's willing to show up to the council meetings and represent the park board, I feel like,
Well,
I wasn't on this specific committee, but,
be there, I can represent your.
and if Chuck
park
can, I
board.
think Cindy would.
And, it's a non-academic exercise.
Oh, sure.
The PSA is the academic exercise, just getting the document together.
Okay.
All right.
So I have a 7C for the tennis court update. Is that yours as well?
No.
Well,
Okay.
that's the one that I included in the pictures.
Okay.
So that y'all could see what the sign said in case you have not been out there.
So before we go to that, I'm going to go back to 7B, which is the Veterans Memorial Garden, and let Chuck update us on what he needs to update us on.
Well, I mean, the mayor
Or-
did a pretty good job on telling what happened.
Sure.
I've stewed on this since we met with Parks, huh?
James Tucker?
Yeah, since we met with James. And there was a lot of things we didn't know that we found out at city council, like there was more budget than we thought that was available to us. We didn't know we had a budget, so, we didn't, somehow there wasn't a communication on that. Talking to James out there and going through the steps that the contractor had laid out, he had some valid concerns about the material put underneath, whether it's actually a weed barrier or just a moisture pusher, He was worried about the materials that were going underneath it. And it made sense, because looking at the bid, when I really looked at it, and I apologize for not looking at it harder at the time before we took the city council, but I started thinking that maybe this isn't quite what we want. And James and I were talking, I think and Cindy was there also, so she was part of this conversation. But afterwards, James and I were talking, and he said if he was doing this, he would have a landscape architect look at it. Because I'm seeing the Keller Memorial, and I'm seeing the Saginaw Memorial, and I wasn't seeing that when I really looked hard at this. So, I mean, I'd like to take another look at it to make sure we're getting, because this is very important to me. So to make sure we're getting something that's going to last, and we're not doing this again in 3 years, because everything's shifted and the weeds have grown up, and maintenance is having to go down there. I'd like to have a landscape architect look at it. And James said we could get that for $1,200 or $1,300. I mean, I know it's late. I know it's already been approved by the council, and I apologize, but this week this has been eating me up. So I just want something there that we can be proud of.
I agree.
I wonder if we spoke with Annette specifically, the feed store woman, if,
Have I talked to her?
No, I'm saying, I'm hypothesizing here that if we mentioned to her, hey, we appreciate your bid, we know that it's this price, would you consider when they rework everything, the storage of the memorial and things like that, just referencing the architectural landscaper? I don't know if that's something that she can do, or is she considered an architectural landscaper? I have no idea.
Well, let me say something here. You make your decision what you want to do. The city will take it from there.
Perfect.
And a landscape architect is going to be a lot more than $1,200. You have a $50,000 line item budget just for this item. And I heard that you weren't aware of that.
We weren't.
It's $50,000, okay? And that's an estimate. You get a landscape architect involved, they will show you rings. They will show you, here's what you're going to get. Here's what it's going to look like. I think that's a good idea. I was surprised that we haven't got nothing. But nonetheless, we're down the road and we'll, go with what you decide, but that's an excellent idea. With regard to the funding, you got $50,000. And you can look at that as design and construction. Okay, what if it goes over? We're not trying to buy cheap. Let me say that.
Sure.
That's not our philosophy, is buying cheap. So you get what you pay for. And something should be quality. We spend more time on swing sets and playgrounds. than we do
Correct.
this Memorial Garden. My gosh, I share your sentiments, sir. I'm a veteran as well.
No, you are.
Nonetheless, if there is, it runs over, guess what the budget officer has the wherewithal to add additional funds. So don't worry about that part.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think that that's a great idea because the problem that we had, I've been on the park board for a while, is that James used to come to our meetings. James was the maintenance person back then. I think he's changed roles now, but keeping the upkeep of that. And I know Cindy would have, the Boy Scouts would come and help clean it up, and we would try to rush to get it cleaned before the memorial service. And we just really, as a Parks Board, wanted something that didn't need to depend on, are we going to get the Boy Scouts this year? Is the Parks Board, is the maintenance team going to have a chance to get out there? Are they going to be able to, get the weeds out of there? Do we need to go out there and get the weeds ourselves? So,
That's because y'all never had that.
right, we never had a budget for it, and then when we had that, we had a different budget
Well, let
line,
me
but
say
Very
this,
many.
is that, I'm,
Couple $1,000.
we want it to be
I
nice.
am aware of most things in the city.
Yeah.
I wasn't aware the Memorial Garden was not being needed.
It was not.
So I depend.
It's been a thorn in our side.
Residents and subdivisions, you're the boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Call me up. You're the boots on the ground on these parks. Call me up.
Perfect.
Someone has to call me up and talk to me. The mayor works real well with that.
Perfect.
So, I did go out there, I've been out there twice in the last week, and yes, there's milkweed and all kinds of stuff out there. But, I think that's a good idea, and with the understanding, this ain't gonna happen between now and Memorial Day, this process. Are you understanding that?
Possibility, yeah.
Is that what I can assure you, that garden will look pristine. It will be weeded. And starting next week, and they'll be maintained. And when Memorial Day comes, you won't see a blade of anything. It'll be raked out, it'll be nice. But that's a smart way and a very, it's a reverent thing. And we should spend time and effort, and you should know what you're going to get and be happy with it.
As a non-veteran, I think it's important to have it look nice because I appreciate the service that has been provided for me that I was not able to do myself. So I think that that's important to have it look good and to feel respectable when we show up. And we're, it's not a big group, but I don't know, I take my kids out there and I stand out there and I think it's important. So I'm glad we have a committee chair to help that go and a nice little committee team.
Yeah.
Okay, so we will have you work with James on that and see what we can come up with, either with a net or with a different, survey or something and combine, however that works out. Okay.
You good with that, Cindy?
Yeah, yeah. Let's go get
And then I think
somebody
there's
to
one
come
more.
and give us
Dana's
some
in the team,
information.
right? The
Dana?
committee? Yeah, she'll be
Dana's
probably
in there
fine.
too.
The tennis court PDF here, I have a copy here. I don't know if everyone has it in their packet, but I guess this is what's posted on there it is, out on the tennis court.
There's 2 signs out there, so that has both of them, so you can see the difference.
And we will
Set up to,
live it here when we scan the code.
so that the reservations don't contradict each other. You can, reserve on that app and then do it just right. Can't double do it.
So do you have to be a resident? Because it says don't have an account, create an account.
No, you don't have to be a resident.
You just have to
You have to
create the
make it.
account,
You
log
have to
in.
create an
Okay,
account.
Sorry, I'm live experiencing the QR code.
Well, I've spoken to people who did it previously to their time. They made a reservation for 2 or 3 days from when they were, they've done it early. They've also done it as they walked up, did the QR code, put their information in, and it's working really good, real well.
Well, credit goes to James Tucker. He chose
For
that
hanging in
system,
there.
researched it. I'm happy it's up and running.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to look at the water tower thing,
The water tower?
the drinking fountain.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I was trying to set up my account. I'm setting up my tennis account over here. Okay, number 8A is a recommendation regarding this water bottle station. And I pulled up the July meeting from last year whenever we did the deal. And we did not want a pet fountain. I don't know why it says that. What I had was the water bottle filler, which is that thing there in the middle, the jug filler, the handicap accessible one. I don't know what, maybe it doesn't come without all that bottom stuff down there?
There's your picture right there.
Well, but this says,
So that's the foot washing station, and the regular arm and the handicap arm.
Why are
And
there's B and C. Why is it a jug filler down
well,
there?
this is your quote, this is telling you what you're actually, that's the pictures, here's what you're actually ordering.
So someone remind me if we nixed the foot wash or if we added the foot wash with the strainer.
The foot wash, I've been convinced, is necessary because of the sand volleyball thing.
Right.
If they have a place where they can rinse their feet off, then they're less likely to
Go into the bathroom.
go into the bathroom or try to
it.
put their foot up on the top and get sand in the
And they were gonna work
drinking
on
fountain.
this, I see the sand strainer, that's the deal where like it
Right.
catches the, okay. Okay, so foot wash, sand strainer, water bottle filler.
Drinking fountain.
I guess I'm confused. I thought the jug filler was here in this little hole, not down here at the bottom.
That's it.
See how it says C is the jug filler?
I think the top is water bottle, the bottom's like a cooler.
Yeah, that might be the specific jugs, like the pump jugs.
I think that's just a generic picture.
Okay,
See, yeah, the very first thing is the bottle filler, which is the top.
well, that's where it usually goes, okay.
Yeah, you don't have a jug filler on your quote.
Okay, there you go.
And then attached. Okay, so I'm looking at the picture and I'm reading it. So I'm seeing an ADA bottle filler.
Bring the picture back down.
The picture is just,
The picture's the generic picture.
Well, sure, but I'm reading the description at the bottom. So it says ADA bottle filler. I don't know why an ADA bottle, sorry, can you go down to the part where it's listed out? So it says, I don't see the water fountain on there and I don't see the water bottle filler on there. I see a bottle filler, ADA bottle filler. I don't know what that means. Is that just the actual, is that this thing?
That's the 10145 is this base.
And the recessed hose bib and the foot wash and the sand strainer makes sense. But I don't, where's the regular water fountain? We wanted a bottle filler and one water fountain, right? Plus the foot wash or whatever.
Well, 2 water fountains, one ADA and one regular. And that's what it's got in this picture.
I think we only need one. I
You
mean,
gotta have an ADA.
no, so I'm saying you only need one ADA water filler. Why do you need it?
Yeah, see?
I'm trying to pull up.
It's not listing what's in the picture.
Okay, scroll back up. And I've been watching this item.
Okay.
Is that the 1014S, you get those 3 items.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to.
With optional pet fountain.
The recessed hose bib bib with locking cover and the jug bib. And that's item C. B is the recessed hose bib, and A is,
So it says those are optional, right? A, B, and C is optional.
right. No, it is with optional. It is coming with
Okay,
this. Right, you would scroll down. Okay, so that first line item is the 10, 14, and
the way we see it in the picture.
that's, yes.
Okay.
That's $4,700.
Got it.
But also, you have, you know, it's a 10-inch hose bib, recessed and more,
Okay,
and the foot wash, and the sand strainer, and liquid, that's for a ring.
so we're paying the additional. Got it.
So, right here, so that's. just
That's what
the
we're
base.
getting. Okay,
Yeah, the 101.45, that's the base. right?
perfect. And we're adding the foot wash station.
And
That's our
then you're
optional.
adding all the other things.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
And while here,
So we're not going to have the jug filler. We're just going to have that recessed hose bib with cover. That's that second line item with the foot wash and the sand strainer attached to it.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
do you want a judge?
You can use the bottle filter.
It's not on the bid.
It's,
It's part of the
it's
initial,
part of it.
the base model.
Go back to the one you showed us, Stephen. It's not on there. See?
The bo-
It's just the water bottle filler and then the 2 fountains. But that letter C is not part of that, and we're not paying extra for it. We're just getting that plus B, plus the foot container and the sand basket,
Yeah, you're getting,
which isn't pictured.
the sand strainer just goes on top of the two.
Right,
You are getting the recessed hose bib.
correct. That B, letter B.
That's that.
And what else are you getting as an option? If you go back out to
The sand strainer,
Sand
the
strainers.
bid, you're getting the foot wash.
correct. Okay, got it.
Good.
I'm okay with that. Looks good to me.
I would say this type item doesn't go to the city council.
Okay,
It's just, you're picking this thing out. You got the budget for it. Once that is, morning, when I'm back in the office, probably Friday, Monday, one or the other, Public Works will place an order for this, I'll sign a purchase order. Public Works is going to self-execute, they're going to lay the pad, they're going to install it, they're going to run the water line. No, this is not a PSA.
got it.
So I just wanted to make that clear.
So discuss, consider, and act to make a recommendation to the city council is not exactly necessary as an action item as listed on the agenda.
I mean, you can go and put it that way, but Friday or Monday, tonight, you make this choice, this is what you want. We're going over it.
Well, and it's just a recommendation that this is what we want.
Right.
It's not going to council for approval.
Correct.
Right.
Oh, I got it.
Councils do not pick out one guy.
Okay, perfect. So our motion should be for for this particular one, not necessarily to city council. Okay, got it.
So is that the complete price, $6,905?
Looks like it.
Once you add, call it 70,000 and add 10%, $7,700, not to exceed.
Okay, there you go.
Good? Everybody like it?
Sounds good.
Make a motion to purchase the drinking fountain from Most Dependable Fountains as quoted for $7,700, not to exceed.
This is Cindy, I second.
All in favor? Motion passes. Excellent. All right. Where's the agenda from last week? So Gamble Park doesn't really have anything exciting, but I do know that the swings are over there.
It was packed earlier.
The new swing set.
Everything over there.
One of my neighbors sent me a picture of her kids playing on it and asked me where we got the ground so that she could get it for her own house. I was like, oh, sweetie, that's not cheap ground for your own house, but I'm happy to tell you where we got it. Just pull up the Parks Board meetings. Community Park, same thing. We got the water fountain, Memorial Garden. We kind of already updated these parks. So last meeting, we had asked for a future agenda item for the memorial tree replacement.
Just on cost and,
I sent an email, I didn't get an answer from James. Do you know when they're gonna replace the tree?
So we have a tree in the garden, in the park, where people buy a plaque, like a brick or something, and they put in memoriam of
something.
someone who's
He
passed.
did mention it's not tree planting time yet, and when it was, they were gonna take care of it. Or it wasn't tree planting time when it died, and they're gonna take
Anyways, the tree's died.
Where's it at?
If it's where I think it is, it's this side of the basketball court and not far from the sidewalk. But it's hard to spot now because there's
There's
just
no
a
tree.
plaque there. So just look for the plaque that doesn't have a tree behind it.
And so at the end of the day, we have a dead tree that needs to be replaced.
Correct,
We can take care of that.
correct. It was just kind of in front of a plaque that someone had bought, and we thought how unfortunate that their loving memory is no longer in front of a tree, like it was intended. So we
And
just
they-
wanted to replace the
And they're aware of
tree.
it, they just know it's not that time of year to be replanting a tree,
Right.
so.
And so, okay, I mean, we got a dead tree.
Yes,
Is there plaques in front of that tree?
yes.
I mean, it's not dead, it's gone.
It's gone. It's been removed. The tree's been removed and the plaque is all that's remaining. I mean, theoretically, we can move the plaque to another tree, but I feel like if somebody thought their tree was going to be there and they go to, you know,
Did they plant the tree?
They have an option of certain trees that they've been suggested grow well in the area. This one obviously
None.
didn't make it, but they've chosen that type of tree and pretty kind of, I mean, they get an idea of placement, so,
Oh, okay.
yeah, when they buy the
We'll
plaque.
replace it, I don't think that we would replace it with a tree that, or a plant that's not compatible.
conducible to
Right.
Texas.
North
Yeah,
Texas.
correct.
Right. And that were their only choices. This one just happened to have a disease or something.
Correct.
So we just need to.
We just need to replace that
Put
tree.
a tree back there and
Yeah.
make sure that plaque is replaced.
And he's aware, he just said it wasn't quite
Okay.
planting time.
Okay,
Yeah, okay, so he is aware. He's just-
Perfect.
he has to work it in on his schedule and wait for time.
perfect. Yeah, we just had asked for an update, so I was just making sure we went back to that. And then we also asked for the volleyball sand courts to be an agenda item. Do we have an update on that?
Okay, so here is the homework. On your list of requested projects, sand volleyball court is on there, and we have in the budget updates for the park, but sand volleyball court is not specifically listed as a project.
May I ask what's requested?
So we had a woman that,
Karina, this is not filtering through the mail.
No, this was requested before the budget, y'all, it went, to the budget meeting. And
We-
they-
I don't remember that.
I'm just going to tell you what our question is. So we, all the backstory, because it goes back. So the volleyball sand pit, where the volleyball court is next to the bathrooms, has been a thorn in the side of the city staff because of the sand in the water fountain, which is how we started asking for a new water fountain. Well, then we had motioned for that to turn into a multi-purpose court so that we could have our pickleball and tennis players along with volleyball. Well, then we got a whole tennis court, so we didn't need that anymore. So that whole $85,000 that we motioned to turn that into a multi-purpose court kind of went by the wayside. Well, then we talked about moving that sand pit to get it away from the water fountain. And James said, no, that's too much of a trouble. I said, well, let's put it on the other side of the road. And they said, no, it'd cost too much to pick it up. So we had a woman who is, I don't even know if she's a resident, but she literally brought us an entire presentation one day. It was a citizen presentation about the sand volleyball court. And she provided us pictures, why sand volleyball? I mean, she did a very nice job presenting that, and we all agreed, because I have been out at the park multiple times for walks with my kids or by myself, and that is very used. The teenagers go out there. Sonic used to have a sand volleyball court at least when I lived in Abilene. But there's nothing like that. Kids still play volleyball, and that's why we have a park. So we decided we would keep it. Well, what happened was it needs to have edges, and so she even brought us a current state of the court, and she asked that we look at having that revamped. And she put pictures. I mean, I'm happy to show you this after. She went out there of her own accord and asked for new sand, new net and posts. Maybe we're working on getting some better lighting, which was kind of outside of what we were looking for, and then the rinsing station. So we got the rinsing station. We just were wondering, are we going to get the border fixed so people aren't tripping on it? She even gave us pictures of Hurst, Haslet, and Sarah, different sand structures. The net posts needed to be replaced. She gave us pictures of people out there playing, proving that they use it, which I already knew, but she did a really great job just kind of saying, hey, can we get sand put in? She even went to the point, bless her heart, of bringing us this estimate by somebody out in Weatherford that would take out the old sand, put in new sand, maybe put concrete pads so you wouldn't trip over it. And we were told by whoever was here at the time, if I recall correctly, don't worry, we'll fix that. Don't worry, we can repair the sand borders and we can get the sand in. So we were just wondering, is that still happening? Did it fall off the radar, or is that something we can look
Then
at?
I'll update you.
Perfect.
Then, I remember the lady.
Yes.
I spoke with her, I met her here, I was happened to be here when she.
Oh, perfect.
When she came the first time. Okay, she is a Fort Worth resident.
Of course.
She is not a Haslet resident.
Correct.
And her motive is, now she belongs to a volleyball league, leagues, and she would like those kind of facilities.
Of course.
To put her league on. Okay, well, in speaking with Public Works, over the years, they had that kind of sand she requested. It blows away and is painful very easily.
Okay.
Well, that's a high maintenance item and cost item to keep that replenished.
Sure.
So the answer to that sand is no.
Perfect. What about just the edges and the
Okay,
ropes and the
edges,
nets?
There has been, she is the only person who has ever brought that up.
Okay, I don't play volleyball, so I don't know.
Yeah,
I'd have to ask somebody
but
else.
I come out here on the weekends, I drive through here every evening, most of the mornings, just to see. I mean, I think it's a cool park. It's perfect the way it is. You guys just don't know what you've got. You got a gym.
Oh, yes, we do. Yeah.
But good, is that,
Asked for some updates and just like maintenance issues previous to this woman showing up. And we were always told that it was an issue with putting the sand in, that they didn't want to work on it because it was clogging our water fountain. And so I just want to go back to that initial one of, let's just make it to where the kids can play. Make sure the nets work and that the sand is staying in the border the best it can.
it's a
It didn't
great
have to be
spot. I
fancy.
see it used by all age groups, young adults.
Yes.
Teenagers, it's a great spot for them.
No, we want to keep the sand volleyball court.
EMS out there just thinking about it.
No, we want to keep it. We just want to keep it to where they can keep playing. So I don't know who do we ask then, just for basic maintenance? Make sure the nets are good and make sure the sand is
More sand, even if
more
it's not-
sand, even if
not
it's
that
sand from
special
Home
quality.
Depot, you know, we don't care where it
It's
comes
more
from.
sand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And, if you'll put a note down,
Okay.
in your minute to remind me Monday morning, we have staff meetings every Monday morning, and I'll make a note of that. And, but again, if someone here will just call the mayor.
we just assumed it was being taken care of.
Interesting how the mayor can get things done. Please understand that.
Perfect.
And our staff, they work, you wouldn't believe the hours these people put in.
Oh, we
And
don't.
sometimes I go, okay, I need you to go do this special item. I need you to go do this. Please go back and do this. You know, there used to be a lot of grass and stuff in that volleyball court. And I made it the point, you know, get over there, we got the new pieces of equipment, they can do this kind of job, and let's get all that out of there, and let's level it out and put more sand in. So that's probably 8 months ago. But your boots on the ground, you go through there, don't hesitate. Please don't hesitate. You'll see it change.
And then the last agenda item that didn't come back, and this is more for you, I didn't know if you had something for maybe next meeting about Firehouse Fields or Nance Fields. Do we need
Okay,
any?
Well, the city has got, that's a big capital item. And that's going to designers to lay out the rest of that 18 acres. So that's well past the park board.
So still off our agenda for
It's
now.
still off.
Okay.
And what we'll do, when that field is, and that's gonna be that's a capital item focus coming. Have y'all been out there to see
Can I speak to
what
that?
has been done in the last?
You can only
3
ask
years?
questions, it's not on the agenda.
Please.
So I spend 5 days a week out there, and it is a constant compliment of the improvements that have happened out there. So
know what?
thank you for
That
that.
is the first compliment I've heard.
So thank you for that. They look night and day better than they did 2 years ago.
We got rid of Mount Haslet, didn't we?
We did.
We turned it into a road and a parking lot.
We've got a parking lot, we've got a different, better shed out there now to put stuff in. The fields, the baselines are
We're
clean.
not finished. There's other things, improvements that we're doing. It's just, we are a small town Haslet. It takes
We are a small
Where
town.
you're doing, you're doing this,
Bleachers now that are safe?
the bleachers are absolutely safe, and they've added some out there.
What about,
And we aren't trying to take,
we don't want
aren't
to do
trying to
anything.
take it back, Mayor, but it is part of the park, and we would just like to know the updates, because I don't have kids who play ball anymore.
I think they need to keep doing what they're doing.
Well, I agree.
'Cause it's
And just keep doing it, but it would just be nice to know what's going on.
This is a construction kind of thing, and ongoing work. And yeah, it will be to go back, okay, the Parks and Recreation Board oversees all, but right now, you got
Well,
18
so-
acres of nothing.
Yeah.
You got 6 ball fields right now, and they're in the process of being reworked and things of that nature. So there's a lot of,
Well, and 7 years ago or so, there was a master plan that expired. I think it was set to expire in 2020 or something. It was like,
I have seen 3 of those things.
yeah,
And it's like, okay, well, they're all kind of similar.
It's
They
so
got a
over the
soccer
top.
field, a football field.
baseball field, tennis
baseball
court.
fields, and
Millions of
beach court
dollars.
parking. But, we have to make, we need to get that laid out. What can we do in our 18 acres? Oh, sewer lines going in, and soon we'll have permanent restroom facilities out there.
Absolutely. It's no complaints here.
You know what? And, well, it amazes me.
No, I think all I'm saying is that communication needs to go both ways as well, because it was ours for a long time, and we tried to do what we could. We tried to put in some roads, and we tried to get things started, and then it was just taken away from us, and we just like to know how it's going.
Yeah. Okay. well,
Same thing.
I tell you what.
Maybe once a year, add it on there so we can get an update.
Communication goes both ways. If you call me, I'll call you.
Sounds good.
Don't
Okay.
forget-
Right, so but yes,
Don't forget the new sidewalk that got put in too.
ADA, all the way down to the last field.
That's never been there.
We asked for that a couple of years ago, so
It's there and it's
But
great.
guess what? Someone's got to pay.
someone's got to get it. Yep, yep.
And it was originally 4 foot wide. I'm going, that's ridiculous. Make it 6.
Right.
Oh, by the way, put handrails in. Oh, by the way, do this. Oh, by the way,
Sure.
put pads in, parking areas for the wheelchairs.
Yep.
For the ADA people at every field. Where do you think those ideas came from?
A Parks Board member from several years ago who tried to take his friend there and couldn't get into the gate.
Never made it to anything but the mayor did that.
Perfect. We're thankful for that because we've been trying for a couple of years.
But I work for you guys, I work for the city. This is for the city. But, no, that's great.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I'm glad it's working out.
I genuinely say thank you.
No, we say thank you too. We've really been trying for a while, so I'm thankful and I don't even go out there.
I was getting my feelings hurt, because I know what it looked like 3 years ago. It was trash filled and everything else.
Yes.
Somebody said thank you at one of the meetings.
She did, yeah.
And then I'm going, oh my gosh. And no one's going, hey, you guys at the city did a good job.
Well, we're not allowed to talk about it because it's not on our
I
agenda.
haven't heard anything.
Well, neither
We-
have I.
But thank you very much, Mr. Clark.
Thank you.
It's noted.
Good.
I feel good.
It comes from a lot of people. Maybe they don't have the
Anyone have any future
courage,
agenda items?
if you will, to
No?
reach out.
Future agenda.
Just keep the memorial.
Future.
And what everybody likes to know if they're doing a good job.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Any future agenda items from you? Nope. Okay, we're good. Adjourned at 7:44.
Good. Can you not